If you've been on the sleep training journey for a couple weeks and you're noticing that your baby is starting to cry every time you approach their nursery or their crib, then you may have established some negative associations. Because many families start sleep training around 7, 8, 9 months old, this coincides with separation anxiety. So your child isn't crying because they hate sleep. They're not crying because they hate their room. They're not crying because they hate their crib. They're crying because they hate leaving you. So the number one thing that we're going to do to combat this crying is to create a positive association with their nursery and their crib. What you want to do to establish this positive association is doing things in their bedroom other than just sleeping. So your entire bedtime routine for naps and bedtime should be taking place in the nursery. And you also want to spend a little bit of time, and I really mean like 10 to 20 minutes here or there throughout the day, just kind of hanging out in the room or in the crib. Give your kids some toys to play with or some books to look at while they're sitting in the crib, and maybe you're putting some laundry away or organizing all the heaps of clothes in your baby's room. What I used to do with my oldest when all the clothes were so organized, because I only had one kid to take care of at the time, oh my gosh, my clothing organization, I had those like hanger dividers that were like divided by sizes, and I also had like bins that had dividers in them by sizes. Man, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but once you have more than one kid, that whole entire system, it might go to crap. I mean, mine did because it just wasn't priority anymore. Anyways, getting off on a tangent. My point being that I would put my baby in his crib to play, keep him contained, keep him safe. I didn't want him crawling off and falling down the stairs, and he would play in his crib while I was putting laundry away and organizing his room. Sometimes I would have to replenish the diaper stash or the wipes or the creams or all the things that I had in his diaper station. So any of those things that you can do and have your baby playing in their crib, it's going to help establish a more positive sleep association with their bedroom. The second thing that you can do is to have consistent routines. So every single morning when your baby wakes up, you want to give them a big hello. Say, hey Timmy, good morning. I'm so happy to see you. Hugs and kisses, all the things. Open the blinds, change their diaper, change their clothes, and sing a song. Do something positive in their room. Make it a happy, consistent experience. And then also, we already know that bedtime routines are so important. So when you have consistency in those routines, the same exact order every single night, your child knows what to expect. And I can't tell you how many parents tell me, my kid is so stubborn, they're never gonna do this, they're never going to give in to this sleep plan, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? They do. I can't tell you how many parents are like, I am so surprised. By the time we were done with the bedtime routine, he was leaning into his crib like he knew that was the next thing that we were gonna do, and he was excited to go there. So making those consistent routines is going to help so much. Tip number 3 is to practice separation while the baby is in the nursery. So while you're doing all those things from step 1 and organizing clothes and doing all those things, and your baby's playing in the crib and you know they're in a safe space, say, mommy's gotta go potty, I'll be right back, and go to the bathroom. Practice the separation so that when it's time for them to go to sleep, they've already been in this space by themselves quite a bit, so they're not gonna be overly upset about it because it's a familiar place and they were able to practice separating from you earlier. If you're enjoying this video, I would love to have you click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time I put out a new video. My name is Missy Yondo and I am the owner of Slumber and Bloom. I am a certified pediatric sleep consultant and potty training coach. If you need help with anything sleep training or potty training related, click the link in the description box down below for a free evaluation call. We can talk, get to know each other, see what your situation is and my teaching style, and see if we would be a good fit to work together. I would love to help your family. Chances are if you landed on this video, you are struggling with sleep and not potty training, but yes, I can help with both things. Check out all the links down below for a free baby sleep guide, free potty training guide. I have so many free resources. But if you really need that one-on-one support, I can help you by setting up a customized sleep plan and supporting you for 2 weeks through the process of making changes with your baby's sleep. You will seriously see a world of difference. I have had clients tell me that sleep training and having my support along the way has been life-changing. So don't hesitate to reach out. Check out my sleep packages in the description box down below. The fourth thing that you can do to prevent this crying upon entrance to the nursery is to remain calm. A lot of times when your baby gets stressed out, you get stressed out, and then your baby knows that you're stressed out, and then they're stressed out, and then it just becomes this totally vicious cycle of stress, cortisol levels rising, and anxiety. The more calm your demeanor is, the more calm your child will be. So if you are frantically trying to like bounce and sing and try and get them to calm down, they're going to get more upset. But if you just calm yourself down, take a deep breath, and just be zen with it, your child will be too. Tip number 5, I know this one is very hard, but when you have to separate from your child, stay separated. Whether you're actively sleep training or you've already done sleep training and your baby has these independent sleep skills, do not keep going into the room every 2 seconds to make sure they're okay or to tell them that they're okay and that they need to go to sleep. So what this is going to do is it's A, just going to create new habits that your baby did not have before. B, it may create a game with your child. And C, it's going to condition your child that if they continue crying, you will continue going in. And eventually, the more you go in, the more you're gonna give in, and you're just gonna rock your baby to sleep, thus bringing you back to square one, and you're probably gonna have to sleep train again. So when you have to go and you've already done your routine, your baby has you've met all of your baby's needs, you know that they're okay and it's time to sleep, go. Good night. Night-night, time to sleep. 9 times out of 10, and I saw this with all 3 of my kids through the separation anxiety phase, they were done crying before my feet had even touched the bottom of the stairs. I would close their door, they would let out a cry, I would wait, I would just kind of like stay there for a second, listen to their cry, make sure that their cry was not escalating and that it was kind of just de-escalating, and then I would go down the stairs and they would be done and basically asleep by the time I was down 12 steps. Tip number 6 is to have lots of practice and lots of patience. So this is something I say across the board in everything when it comes to babies and toddlers. The more you practice, the better it will get. So if all of a sudden you decide that you don't like this, your baby is crying, you don't like it, your baby doesn't like it, and you wanna just rock them to sleep and you're good with it, then be good with it. But if you're not gonna be good with that, then don't start now. But what you can do is practice the independence, practice all the things that I just gave you, all those tools of practicing being in the crib, practicing going to sleep independently, and practicing leaving just for a couple minutes to go to the bathroom. Once you practice and practice and practice, it's never going to be perfect, but you're going to have progress. And also to just keep in mind and remember that this phase does not last forever. Your baby is not going to cry every single time you enter their crib or nursery for the rest of their lives. It's not going to happen. They're going to have positive associations. They're going to learn to love their rooms. They're going to learn to love the crib. And you just have to be patient and you have to just keep practicing. But if you need that one-on-one help, don't forget, check out my sleep packages in the description box down below and keep blooming. Mwah.